After playing a ton of ranked rivals, I noticed a lot of you guys are weird. So today, I'm going to be telling you what your main says about you. And full disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes, and I do not mean any harm. After all, these are my opinions, and without further ado, let's get straight into it. Starting off with the Adam mains, you're low-key pretty chill. You also have a very strong mental after getting flamed a million times in team chat to get off Adam Warlock. But you're too stubborn to because you want to get glazed for the absolute huge res that you're about to pull off in your dream. You've also probably gotten clipped by a Bucky main on TikTok for doing a terrible res. You want to be black so bad. But you also probably played Genji in Overwatch, and you get thrills just hitting dash resets over and over and over again. But you've definitely complained on TikTok or Twitter about how the Tickle monster is so underpowered, when in reality he's probably one of the best dive DPS in the game. You abuse broken characters, and you probably played Widowmaker in Overwatch. And while everyone's saying Black Widow is so underpowered, the Widow mains stay silent so that you guys don't know how actually good she is. You definitely also have a Mantis duo with you at all times so that you can get the one shot with her damage boost. You can be a funny guy, but you can also really smell. Now to the ones that do Bruce Banner to GM, you might have an extra chromosome, but you're pretty funny. But to the actual Hulk mains, you probably don't exist because you're getting banned every single comp match. You're probably white. But you also love giving free fades out in real life, while also being very patient. You don't care how long it's going to take you to do one task, because at the end of the day, you know you're going to get the job done. You are down bad. Snow bunnies are probably your favorite, and you think you're slick because you can play cloak and say that you're not horny. And you probably think you're the shit because you have a ton of healing. But before you goon too hard, you ever check the age of Dagger? You want to be Dr. Stephen Strange. You're definitely on TikTok a lot of the time because you're always looking for these crazy portal lineups and always mess them up in game. But you also probably don't want to play Doctor Strange, as you just had to fill because your teammates want to play DPS. You're 12 years old and you play Fortnite. But on the low, you definitely abuse Moon Knight Groot combo all the way up to GM. You think you're smart, but you're actually not. Hawkeye mains are crying after the Season 1 nerf, and have definitely touched Hanzo in Overwatch. They think they're goated one-shotting everyone in the lobby, but in reality they're just spamming a choke and got a lucky kill here and there. You are a meta slave. These players don't care about anything and only care about the win. You know she's broken, you know you're shameless, and you're probably unemployed. You just love your snow bunnies. You most likely also play Cloak and Dagger for very obvious reasons, and all the reasons I said for her are the same for this woman. You've 100% gotten the Malice skin because you want to enjoy the view while you're playing the damn game. You think you can fight. You definitely watch Karate Kid or any martial art movie back in the day, and all of a sudden think you're a top G, asking random people on the street to fight you, when in reality you don't know anything and just get your butt handed to you. You have brain rot. You scroll on TikTok for at least 10 hours a day, and for some reason never get tired of all the Jarvis memes. You're always chasing that high of that 6-man maximum pulse, and always sexually assault your healers in the lobby. You also roleplay as Tony Stark thinking that you're smart and all, but you're honestly pretty dumb. You are a troll. You have no priorities of being a healer, and are for some reason always in the enemy backline, just poking for your ult. You're probably 5 years old and think it's really funny ulting your teammates and the enemy team and just suiciding off the map. You're very ignorant. I personally have never seen a good Loki player in my lobbies, but most Loki players are in their own world. They don't care if they're asked to switch to a different healer, and they also don't care about who to swap to. Ideally, they just copy Luna's Snow ultimate, but they choose to copy Iron Man and get killed anyways. You love K-pop, you're also a boy that wants to start cosplaying as girls, or you're a girl that wants to show how much you love being a girl. Every time you ult, you either hear the crazy La Seraphim song or the Mexican remix of her song whenever she pops her ultimate. She's also probably the reason you know Crazy by La Seraphim. You're submissive. You want Magik to be real. You want to do everything and anything for her so that she can shove the sword up your butthole. You also like to stalk people in game and in real life. You love LeBron. Every time you pop his ultimate, all you can think about is dunking on a Cloak and Dagger ulting. And after you finish that, you pull out your prayer rug and tell LeBron how that was all for him. I'm gonna be completely real. I don't really know what to say about Magneto. He's cool, I guess. You're just a DPS player that's filling. Now don't get me wrong, there's definitely Mantis mains out there, but you're more like a balanced Hela, especially when you damage boost yourself. You're an annoying One Piece fan. You call Oda Goda and believe that without Luffy, there isn't a Mr. Fantastic. You're probably really obnoxious online, making sure that everybody knows that One Piece is peak fiction. You also need to take a shower, so if you haven't done that, this is your reminder. You have terrible aim. Now, it's no surprise that a guy shooting his Ankh, and only his Ankh, would have bad aim. All you think about is the Ankh, dream about the Ankh, and think that you have mixed personalities. You're gay. Let's be real for a second. You don't actually enjoy playing Namor. You just like abusing him because you know deep down this guy is absolutely broken, especially with the Luna Snow team up. Also, you're carried by your turrets. You probably play Diva in Overwatch. You really like the aesthetic of Penny Parker and always go for the 4 mines at the enemy spawn door. You probably also goon to this character, but you might want to check her age. You're horny for that yellow fever. You're most likely a weeb as well, and I've played Genji in Overwatch. You told yourself that the Vengeance skin is purely for a visual buff and that it enhances your gameplay, but we all know why you bought it. And you're probably noticing that I bought the skin, and I never seen a good Vengeance Psylocke cosplay. So if you know someone that can do that, send a picture to me so that I can save it for later for research. You're a furry. Honestly, you've definitely played Mercy in Overwatch and love to just heal bot in the back, but have the option to do damage. You have a strong mental after being told to switch off Rocket, but you can get pretty toxic at sometimes. You're a feminist, and you probably can't aim with Scarlet Witch. I'm be real, I don't really have much to say about Scarlet Witch, but the people that I ran into with Lord Scarlet are always on their like girl boss shit and always go for some crazy plays with the like kamikaze ult. You like life the hard way. Now I gotta give props to you Spider-Man players. You guys be sitting in the practice range for like 100+ hours just to still go 1-21 in actual games. But for the ones that actually get value out of his kit, I gotta give it to you. You're pretty damn good. But man, even when you're doing terrible, you guys just refuse to switch. You play Junkrat in Overwatch. Not really much to say really. It's like you just like spamming bombs and you like big juicy thighs. You are carried by the ultimate. Now, Star-Lord is like the love child of Tracer, Soldier, and Reaper all in one. Some of you Star-Lord players be going negative half of the game up until you pop your ultimate, and then all of a sudden this guy gets a team wipe. But if you're a top 500 Star-Lord, you definitely have some crazy tracking, so I gotta give props to you. You're a support main disguised as a DPS. Now back in season 0, you Storm mains were keeping real quiet so that she could get an unneeded buff. But now with the buffs, you've been absolutely abusing her in ranked and you know it. You're basic. Let's be real, my guy, you played Call of Duty and just want to shoot your gun. And the moment that you press E and get in your turret, you automatically lose 100 IQ and start munching on these peach colored crayons. You're pretty based. You love giving the smoke out to everyone, and you're probably employed. You also have a loving wife with 2 kids and a pretty awesome job as well. Now, it might sound like I'm glazing Thor mains, but in my hours of ranked, I don't think I ran into a mean Thor main. You were Spider-Man main, but realized he's a bit too hard. You also probably have the 19 inches of Venom mod installed, and play him because you have a Spider-Man duo. You're a little basic with a little style. You enjoy charging up that hook and throwing it into a crowd of enemies and pull them into your team. You also get a little high every time you hear again, and again, and probably scream voice lines in public. You enjoy ruining people's fun. In season 0, people didn't understand Wolverine's value, but now the gig is up. You definitely drool on your shirt and speak caveman language. You low-key might enjoy howling unironically and have most likely been inspired by Super TF to kidnap tanks like you do with children. And that's all the heroes we have right now. If you think I did or did not represent you very accurately, remember to comment how I did down below. And if you did enjoy my takes, remember to like and sub so you don't miss out on any future Marvel Rivals content. I also ranked all the Lord icons in this game, so if you want to hear my terrible takes also, you can check that out over there. And with all that being said, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Peace and love, baby.